What's up, world? Lee here with Stick, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things that I have been getting my hands onto. This is the 5th of March, 2024, and this is episode, I need to check, it is episode 79. Nearing in on 80. Can't believe I've been doing it that long, but the numbers don't lie. Coming to you from a very sunny Pacific Northwest, hence the lovely striping we have going on today. I have time to film right now, so that's when I'm filming. And I do have tea, which I'm reaching for right now. It is a berry black from, oh, where did this one come from? Oh, from a little tea shop that I don't remember the name of in Leavenworth, Washington. My partner got it for me last, I'd say fall, when they went there to meet up with their parents. It's pretty tasty. Blackberry, berry black, because it's not just blackberries, it's, right, berry fruit, no, black fruit. That's what it is. No berries, black fruit. I don't know why it's called that, but that's what it was called, and it is tasty, and I'm almost done with it. After this mug, I have one more, enough tea leaves to make one more cup. Anyhow, enough about all of that. Let me put this down. There's going to be a lot of reaching and moving and such because there's chaos. Chaos reigns in my life right now, and therefore things are a little, well, chaotic. Just how it is right now. It's fine. I am waiting for a person to show up. They are supposed to show up sometime. And you know how it is when you're having someone come to your house to do something. They give you a window. Yeah, that window is like the chunk of today. So if I hear them, I'm going to go run take care of that because we are getting our soil tested to find out just how full of arsenic it is. We decided to do that before we started growing produce and vegetables in our soil. Yeah, don't want to poison ourselves. Strange that. Right. Anyway, let's get back to why you're actually here, which would be the crafting. What have I been doing for the past 2 weeks? Well, some stitching and some knitting. Shocking, I know. Technically, there has been crochet, but I have not been bringing my crochet because I'm just making little granny squares. And I have a stack of them. When I have a big enough stack that I feel like I've made progress, I will possibly show them. Yeah, basically, that's it. That's all I've been doing. And reading and, you know, living my life and chores. Oh, sorry. That was the, oh, I should be doing laundry right now. And I'm not. So I will after I finish filming. It's fine. Like I said, a little chaos today. And yeah, work, life, normal stuff. But crafting is why we are here. What have I been doing? Do I have any finishes? Well, it is March now. So did I finish my Farmer's Daughter's Fibers Sock Squad socks in February? I did. I did. And one of them fell over, so one sec. I couldn't find my sock blockers, so I have them on my feet. It works. It works. So here are my Farmer's Daughter's Fibers Sock Squad socks for February. This was a 64 stitch pattern, or stitch sock, and I just kind of made up my own pattern. This February's month had 3 different colors, 2 50-gram minis and a 2 50-gram minis, no, 2 50-gram skeins and 1 mini 20-gram mini skein. The mini skein was the blue. And this is what I ended up doing with it. I just kind of did my own thing. It's a 2x2 rib at the top, then I moved to a 3x1 rib for the rest of the foot, and then added some stripes at the leg, then I repeated those stripes right at the toe before well, bottom of the foot before I did the toe. And yes, I finished them, and I finished them in February, so that means 2 of 12 have been finished. Bravo. Bravo, bravo. And another reach. They're gonna fall over. I need to find my regular sock blockers, but I don't know what I did with them. When I cleaned up in here, when I was organizing and doing all the stuff, I cleaned. And sometimes that means I put things places that I thought would make sense. So therefore those things are now missing. You know how it is. I need to put this somewhere smart so I can remember where I put it. Poof, into the ether it goes. Apologies, I keep hitting this. I'm gonna have to move this one to another spot because it takes up more room since it is no longer a vacuum bag. And I don't have any more of that size, so I can't replace it. I'm gonna put my tea up there so that I don't have to keep reaching down. There's one knitting finish. I have a second knitting finish. And that would be my mini mock tank by Jessie Made Designs. I have not washed and blocked this. I should have, but I haven't. I have finished the whole thing though. And it looks great on. I will likely wear it at another point. I just haven't had the space to close up to wash and block this. I have cats. And if I don't have the ability to shut a door, I can't block because otherwise the cats will decide that's their new bed. And I didn't want that. So I haven't yet blocked this. I really did enjoy this pattern, and I definitely lengthened it because, again, old lady, no one needs to see that. Which is fine. I don't remember what size I made. I don't remember what needles I used. I do know I used Hazel Knits Artisan Sock in the colorway Emerald City. Seems appropriate living in Washington State. It is lovely, and the fit is so good, which is why later on I will wear it. It's a little chilly today. Didn't want to be sitting here in a tank top. A little chilly, but the fit is really good. The armhole is not gapey. It fits just really nice without being tight or showing things it shouldn't. And I really like the neck. I totally see making a couple more of these, as they will be great as under another shirt or jacket or thing, or it's summer. And yeah, love it. They're fantastic. It's fantastic. Very happy. Do need to block it. And my chair is moving, so let me move it back under my butt because otherwise I'm going to fall, and that would be bad. So that is all my finishes. There are no stitching finishes, though I tried for one. I failed at it, and we will get to that. That starts. It will make sense when we get there, I promise. Let me discuss my whips. I worked on 2 whips this past month. I've worked on more things than that, but 2 of them were whips. One of them was my final whip go call for February, which was Elizabeth, there she is, by Carriage House Samplings. I do not recall exactly where she was last time I worked on her, but I did need to do 5 days on her for my whip go call. And let me grab this because with the sun being weird, I have no clue what it'll look like. Oh, I do remember where she was actually. So here is Elizabeth now. When last you saw her, I did have this whole line, and I think over to here. And I had the tree leaves with the nest. I also had all of her hair and these 2 stars. So everything else, her face, the beginning of her dress, the birds, the bird cage, the table, and the flowers have all been added since last time you saw this. I am very much enjoying working on Elizabeth. I do not have her on my whip go again, but she is on my list of things that I want to finish this year, so she will be coming out again. I just don't know when. I really did enjoy working on her. She just felt, I don't know, it just felt nice to work on, even though I have a mistake, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't think you can see it. Ha ha! The only problem, and it's a tiny, tiny, tiny problem I have, is there are 2 colors in the flower, and there are 2 yellows in the flower, and there are 2 yellows in her dress. There we go. And you can barely see them. So around the black, there is another yellow before you get to the yellow of her dress. It's there, And in person, you can sort of see it. It's the same difference as between this yellow on the bird and this yellow on the bird. Those are the two colors. And you can see it. It's just very, 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 very faint. I kind of wish there was more of a difference between those two colors, but not enough to change it. Oh, I love it. I love her. I love her kind of scary face. I mean, look at that. In person, you can actually see her hair on here on my screen. You can't see her hair at all, which is sad because she's got this great curly wild hair. In person, you can see it. So that was my second whip go call for February, and as you can see, I finished it. Don't mind me. Just making sure no one's walking up my steps to my door. There was Elizabeth. So yes, like I said, she will be a finish. Well, she's slated to be a finish for this year, and hopefully she will be. The other whip that I have been working on is Winter Comes by, I forget who Winter Comes is by. Beth Twist. But what is the name of her company? Right. I don't remember. This is Beth Twist's. It starts with an H, and it's just not there in my head right now. This is Winter Comes. And this is my 100 stitches a day piece. I have been stitching 100 stitches a day on it. I have done today's as well. And I'm really close to running out of this color, which is why I've kind of broken up the words a little bit so that if I have to pull out a different skein, I can kind of hopefully hide it a little bit. It is a Weeks Dye Works variegated thread, and it has some decent variegation in it. So I hope I'm able to either get all of it used, like not run out during the words. If it's used later on, it doesn't matter. I can use a different skein. No one's going to see it. The difference, it won't matter. And I don't know if it's actually used anywhere else, but I'm really hoping I don't run out of it in the words. But yes, I have the 100 stitches done through today. I really love this piece, and I'm not finding working on the 32 count Belfast linen at all difficult. Oh, I should have been saying what I've been working on, shouldn't I? This is 32 black Belfast, and I am using Weeks Dye Works, according to Beth Twist's home something. Oh, I do not remember the name of her company. Anyhow, I have a thought about this because this is the halfway mark essentially of the pattern. I didn't bring the cover sheet, so I can't tell you anything. And down here is a whole nature scene. It's a house with woods. There's a whole thing going on down here. It's a lot of stitching down here. Not a lot of stitching up here. And I have this slated as a finish, and I was thinking of doing it as my 100 stitches a day piece until it is finished. But I'm thinking I'm going to finish the words, and then I think I'm going to continue to work on it until spring. And on spring, the equinox on the 19th of the month, I am going to put this one away and pull out a different 100 stitch a day piece, and this one can go back on my wheel of choosing, and next time it is spun I will pull it back out and then continue to work on it. I had thought when I put this on that daily 100 that I was a lot farther than I think I had this, and that was it. I thought I was farther. I wasn't. So that is my plan for this. So this will be continued to be seen until through the 18th. On the 19th, I will pop it away and we will see what the wheel chooses for my next daily 100. I do love it. It is fun. The only downside is I have cats. And I sit there and tweezer cat hair off this thing like there is no tomorrow. Every time. Every time I pull it out. Oh, cats. What can we do with them? Loving it though. And that way, if you want to read it, you can. is obviously not yet finished, but this is only for those 4 lines. Home something. Home something samplery? Okay, that is going to drive me batty. I cannot remember the name. 1 second. Hi, I'm back. It's Heartspring Samplery. Beth Twist's design company. I had to go look. It was driving me a little batty. Anyhow, that was that. And with Elizabeth, I'm doing that on a 40 count. I don't even know what. It's been so long. And I'm using a Vicki Clayton silk conversion from years ago. So that is that. So those were my 2 whips. So now let's get on to new starts, of which I have some. To be fair, I am attempting to do 50 new starts this year in my stitching for my 50th birthday. My first start, however, I'm not counting because it is the Celebrate All Year from the Black Needle Society, and the way I'm doing this one is I counted the first one as a start, but I'm not counting each individual month as a start in the hopes that I actually finish it all. Anyway, that's as far as I am on this one. It is for, evidently there's a National Umbrella Day, and this is a bumbershoot. Bumbershoots right here. That's another word for umbrella in case you didn't know. I was hoping to finish this for today. If not completely finished, fully finished, I was hoping to at least finish the stitching. But things happened in life and that didn't happen. So I have the entire outside. There is this green color and then there is this, the green color is filled in with a white. I have these 2 umbrellas and then I have started the yellow on these 2. And yeah, I'm going to finish it probably tonight and hopefully fully finish it tomorrow. Sadly, it is not finished now, but this was one of my starts not starts. And next time you see it, it shall be fully finished. My other, I have to find it. Where did you go? Where did I put you? Oh no, do I not have it? Oh, I totally do. Living in here, which is a Dot Dot Goose bag, is my Long Dog Leap Day sale. I decided to join the Long Dog Leap Day sale, but I didn't get much done. I started, because I didn't copy the picture, I started Rouge de Saxe. So this lovely piece is the one that I have started. And I started it on, well, Leap Day, as you do. I am using 40 count Sugar Cream Pie by Bestitch Me and a Vicki Clayton silk. I don't know the name of this one. It doesn't have a name, but I will also be using a couple different colors, one of which is called Be Wind. And that is all. That's as far as I got. It was like 300 stitches. So I have the beginning of the border on the top, and side, and then just one little motif right there. 1 second, I'm going to sneeze. Yes, you see, the sun is out, and therefore, it is allergy season. I hate it. Anyhoozle. Right. That is all I did. Now, this one is not as big as some might expect for a Long Dog Leap Day start. Because, yeah, take you 4 years. But I am starting 50 things this year. I imagine it will likely take me 4 years to finish this. And if, for some reason, woo, my needle's poking through to the back and that kind of hurt. And if for some reason I do finish this before the 4 years are up, I do have Pandemic started. And then I can just slot that one in and see, whoops, how far I get on it. That is at least the plan. So there was my long, whoops, I made a photocopy of the pattern and that wasn't easy. And it took more time than I thought it would to do that and make it make sense, which is one of the reasons I didn't get much progress here because I did all of that on Leap Day. I was not prepared. Anyhow, let me hide the pattern because you don't need to see it. what was I saying? Oh, right. If somehow I do get this done, I have Pandemic, and I can slot that in and see how far I can get on it by the next leap day. But that is all she wrote for my leap day start. Let me just move that over there. The rest of my starts are all in my knitting. And there are 3. The first is Living in Here. And this is my March Farmer's Daughters Fibers sock squad. Sock. I decided to start it really early. And they called this one Grandma's Hands, and it is in their Highwood sock base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. The colorway is this, and the mini that came with it this time is this one. So those are the 2 that are going to be going together. And I am doing the Altitude socks by Handmade. All I have done so far is the cuff on one. So it is a 1x1 twisted rib, 15 rounds of it. And that's as far as I've made it. But they are started, and hooray! Again, I'm doing a 64 stitch sock, but this one is actually a pattern. I'm loving how the color is working up. I was originally thinking that it was going to be too pink for me, but it's much more not pink than I thought it would be. I'm liking it. But yes, this, and then there will be pops of this color in the sock, and it's going to be great. So that was one of my starts. Another one of my starts is living in this amazing bag. Oh, this is a Fat Squirrel fiber bag. This is also a Fat Squirrel fiber bag. Why? Because I love Fat Squirrel fiber bags. They are the best. And this is her birds and dresses. Birds and Tudor dresses, to be fair. Absolutely love it. Anyhow, living in here, I have started the My Reading Shawl by Kay Jones. And I have the first wedge done, and I have started, I'm halfway through, partway through. Which side is the front? That's true. Let's show you the front and not the back. It's garter stitch, so it doesn't really matter. However, it sort of matters because my ends are on that side. This is the one where I'm holding 2 minis from one of my advents together. And then this is 2 minis from Knit Picks Stroll, and they will be the stripes in between the wedges of the, or the stripes of the minis. And it is using almost all of the mini, which was the point of the pattern and why I chose the pattern. Loving it. It is so pretty. I am using my US 7 4.5 millimeter Licca needles. And since it's the My Reading Shawl, I figured my bookworm needle stoppers were the ones that made the most sense, as the yarn advent that I chose was my McMullen Fibers advent, which were all colors based on the books, classic books from a particular publication. So everything about this is books, okay? Everything about this is books. Slightly also why I chose the wooden needles, because books are made from paper. And what is paper? Yes, yeah. Why is it in a book bag? Why isn't... That was the face of someone who realizes that she has a Fat Squirrel fiber bag that is library cards. I need to put this in my library card bag. I really do. So I'm going to do that after this. I am. In fact, hold on just one moment. I'm back. Yes, I had to do it immediately. There are some things that are just too perfect. Yes, I had to get my Fat Squirrel fiber library bag. And now that is where my Reading Shawl lives. Anyhow, had to be done. I am using, like I said, the Knit Picks Stroll fingering weight, the solid stripes will be in the Dove Heather colorway. Oh, I'm almost done. 1 second. Apologies. There's life. Life is a thing that is happening right now, and I'm trying to take care of things. Don't worry about it. It's all good, but the bad parts. Anyhow, loving this. Almost finished with that one stripe. These two are going to be the two that I hold together for the next stripe, so I'm actually just going to pop them in here because they're going to need to be wound up anyway. And I am ridiculously happy that I have now moved it into my library bag. This is all books all the time, and books are the best. Hooray. So that was my second start. My third start is living in here. It is the Uptown Tea by Tori Yu. Not 100% sure about that. Oh, it's half open too. At work this past weekend, there was a pop-up shop with Grey Drizzle Fibers, and she had a base, a Rambouillet drip base. That's what she called it, Rambouillet drip. It is a 100% Rambouillet, non-superwash. Absolutely squishy deliciousness, and I got some of the Corvid colorway. Very different things. Look, I wish this was Squish-O-Vision, because oh my gosh, this yarn feels so good. Anyway, I bought it and immediately cast on. Practically immediately. I haven't made it very far, but I'm in the middle of short rows, so it's kind of a mess. So here is the start of the Uptown Tea. There's the back, there's the front, and the arms. It's a short-sleeved t-shirt. Oh, obviously, that's what a tee means. But the sleeves have this lace pattern in them. Ah, it is so squishy. It is so good. And yeah, I'm not very far, so it's kind of in the awkward stage of stuff. And since I'm doing short rows, there's a whole lot of chaos on the needles right now. I am using a US 4 millimeter, not a US 4 millimeter, a US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter. There, let's get all the numbers in the right places. And I think that is the called for. It is working up so nicely. And it's working up relatively quick. This was 1 day's work. And not even a full day. This was just a little bit of time. I was hoping to get through all of the short rows the other day, but again, life prevented it, which is fine. I'm loving it though. I'm absolutely loving this. I want to wear this soon, so I will be working on it a lot. This is a ginger snap. I think it's a ginger snap bag, and it is one of their doctor bags. Bonked myself in the face with the zipper. That's fun. And I just love their bags. I love these types of bags. Oh, I don't have corvids as I don't have any stitch stoppers that look like corvids, which they need to make some because I would totally get them. So I have bats, and it'll be perfect. So that was my third cast on, because I have all the time in the world, evidently, to just do crafting and not anything else. And if you will hold on just a moment, I'll be right back. I'm back. All right, so that is all my finishes, my whips, and my new starts. So let's get to plans. Yes, plans. My plans work on my Winter Comes Daily 100, and if I do quick maths, I should still be working on it the next time we are here. I'm actually going to look at a calendar, because I don't know if that's true, and I can't trust my brain right now. amusing. Technically, the next time I film will be the 19th. This will go up on the next day. I film always the day before just because it makes life easier. So, I will be working on My Winter Comes up through my next filming, and depending on when I film that day, I may have started or... Nah, I probably won't have started, but I will have spun for what my next Daily 100 will be. So, you will see how far I get in 2 weeks worth of Daily 100, which technically is 1,400 stitches because it's Daily 100. But I tend to work just a tiny bit over to finish things. So like yesterday, I did 103 stitches. Ooh, but you know, eventually each stitch matters. Each stitch adds up. So if you do every day, you do an extra 3 or 4 stitches, it's like 20 stitches here and 20 stitches. It adds up eventually, right? Anyhow, that is one of my plans. My other plans are to finish my altitude socks, to work on my uptown tee and cross my fingers, finish it, to do maybe one more mini stripe row band, whatever, on my reading shawl. And when it comes to stitching, that would be to finish my umbrella piece and fully finish it. I will be doing my whip go calls. And what were they for this month? I don't remember which one's for which number, but one of them is my Mirabilia, my maidens. So I will be pulling her out and doing over one skin on her legs. That is why she keeps not coming out, because I don't want to do the over one skin, but I've already started over one skin, so I have to finish with over one skin, and I am crying. It looks good. I like it. I just find it fiddly to do. It's not horrible. It's just fiddly, and it is preventing me from going back to this, which is why maidens ended up on my whip go, so that it would force me to do it. So I have 5 days of work on my Mirabilia, on my maidens, and that I should definitely be able to finish all of her legs, and who knows how much more I will get done on this one. I don't know. My goal is to finish her legs in that 5 days. Oh, she's so pretty though. She's so pretty. Look at her. I mean, look at her. This is why we do over one stitching. But over one stitching, over one skin. So fiddly. But then you get, you know, that. You get that. It's so pretty. Anyhow, that is one of my whip go calls. And it is all shoved into this bag because the bag won't even shut because, you know, chaos. My other whip go call is living in this bag because it's big enough. And this is Middle Earth Map by Heaven and Earth Design. Yep, I am slowly trying to put this on the diagonal and get all of this worked in eventually. I am slightly optimistic with the goal for this particular project. I have this on my whip go several times, handful of times, more than once. And the goal that I have for each of them is the equivalent of 1 page. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that is the goal. And yep, I'm going to continue working. So that's, I tried some cross country and realized I hate it. I hate the way my stitches lay. I dislike it immensely for the way I stitch. Dislike it. So I went back to parking, which I greatly prefer. Greatly prefer. My stitches just look so much better this way. I cannot wait to get back to this one. And yes, that is a tiny little Hobbit book. Because why wouldn't I do that? I cannot wait to get back to this one. This is on 18 or 20 count, I'm honestly not sure, using 2 strands of DMC over 1 thread. Full cross, by the way. The Maidens of the Seasons, that is on a 28 count, I'm not sure what kind of fabric, but it is a 28 count fabric that was dyed by Sugar Maple Designs, and they haven't been in business in a very long time. But it is gorgeous color, and I think I have the name of it, but I don't remember. Anyhow, I have everything shoehorned into this bag. When I get back to this one, since I actually put it into Pattern Keeper, and it worked, so I have that all updated and put in correctly, and once I get to work on this, I will start telling you the percentages that I am at. I don't even think I'm at 5% right now, but I don't know. I don't recall, because I haven't worked on it this year, and I didn't work on it last year, which is why it's on my WhipGo, because I really want to get this done and on my walls. So that is my second WhipGo call. Other plans. I will be working on my Modern Folk Embroidery, No Time Like the Present. Don't mind my robot vacuum. He's decided that he needs to empty, if you can hear that, which you probably can. So this is where I'm starting for the month of March on No Time Like the Present. Itchy nose. And my goal each month is to do 4,000 stitches on this. Minimum of 4,000 stitches. I'm loving this piece so much. It's gorgeous. So my plan, work on that. And yes, I'm wanting to do most of this in the next 2 weeks. Some of these are monthly goals, but next 2 weeks for some of these. I don't know which of my WhipGo calls I'm going to work on first. That's why I showed you both of them. And then I have about 3 planned starts for the month. About. I might do more. I might not actually make all 3. We will see. But I do need more starts if I'm going to reach my 50. And weirdly, it's been difficult. I want to start this one. I still need to grab a fabric for it, but I think I know exactly the one I want to use, and I just need to pull it out and make sure it's the right size. Like, it's big enough because it's a remnant. I'm thinking I want to use the same fabric that I used for my Ruskin's penguins. I think that will be beautiful. And I have all of the threads for it. I really want to start this. I will be starting this month. I bet you can guess which day I'm going to be starting this on. Yes, this would be Hands-On Designs Block Party, the 17th. I wonder when she's going to start it, folks. Perhaps the 17th. Yes, my plan is to start this on the 17th, unless of course the 17th is a Friday, in which case I'll start it the day before. I can fudge things just fine. I have everything for it. I'm just going to use like the only red is this, so I didn't buy the red thread. I will use whatever. Heck, I can use some of my Falu red from here for that red, to be honest. And I have the fabric right here, and the buttons are also in here. I just really like the saying, "It is in the shelter of each other that people live." So pretty. That would be my 17th start. And my 3rd start is living in here. It is the Charlotte Warrington BAP from the Facebook group. The reason I haven't yet started it is because I was hearing about issues with the linen size, and I was hearing about issues with the Weeks Dye Works colors. And it hasn't been at all clear what is going on with that. and I don't understand what is wrong with the Weeks Dye Works. One person was like, oh, it's just this color with this color. And then the number of yellows. And I'm like, and what do you mean by the number of yellows? Follow up? Any information would be great. Has there been? No. Unhelpful. I think it's, one is, the Weeks Dye Works mauve is actually supposed to be oyster. Okay, that's easy. I can do that. That's not a problem. But the number of yellows what? And something about the size of the fabric being too small. If you want more than an inch border, everybody needs more than an inch border. Maybe not everybody, but the majority of people need more than an inch border. I haven't checked my linen. I haven't been able to deal with things right yet, so I haven't done this. But the 2-year stitch along has started. And she ain't tiny. She ain't tiny. But the 2-year stitch along has started. And I was kind of hoping to join it. So this is on my list of things to start. I still just think it is a wacky thing. And to be fair, if my linen is the wrong size, I'll just find something else. Slightly annoyed that it could be because this was not cheap. A color being wrong on the list, that's not a problem. That's a simple thing. That's just, oops, sorry, fixed it. But not exactly happy with the way they dealt with the issues. Issues happen. People are human. Humans make mistakes. It's all fine. But some people are salty about it, which it's an expensive kit, I understand. Try not to be salty. People make mistakes. But when people have questions, help them and answer them. I'm going to sneeze again. Help them and answer them, as that is kind of the point. Don't get salty yourself. Ask for calm, sure, but I don't know. It's the way certain people have acted has left a slightly sour taste. This is not the only thing that is giving me a sour taste. AI art. Cross Stitch World. I'm not going to say much more than that, other than to say I disagree with the use of AI art. And if it's being used, you should really, really call it out. Really, you should. And not everybody is. Just leaving that there. Anyhow, I'm trying not to focus on negative things today because I can't. I do want to start this. I will start this month. This month's assignment for the stitch along is pages 1 and 2. And I'm not even sure how much that is. The chart seems pretty big from, I'm not going to show you obviously. The chart printing seems decently sized, so I don't think 2 pages is going to be excessive. But you also saw how much I want to do this month, and I don't know if I will actually get to that point. But I do want to at least start, and I need to sneeze again, so I'll be just a moment. Hi. I'm back. Everything is fine. So, yeah, my plans. Likely much more than I can actually do, but if I don't finish them, that's fine. Like, I mean, seriously, if I don't make some of my goals, I don't make some of my goals. That's all that happens. And oh no, I am behind my goals and I won't get things finished when I might have thought I would. Not the end of the world. It's all okay. I'd rather. Sorry, Schrodinger's being loud again. That's the name of my robot vacuum, Schrodinger, because it is both a smart vacuum and a stupid vacuum at the same time. It is Schrodinger's robot. Anyhow. Oh, he's done. Delightful. Where was I? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, if I don't get things done, I don't get them done. It's fine. I like having a lot of options to choose from, and if I make my goals, hooray! If I don't, I don't, and that's okay. Speaking of making goals, I have been counting my stitches all this year, and I'm finding it fascinating. So how many stitches did I do in February? 18,900. I am so amused. That isn't an even number. It's an even number. 18,900. Done. Laughing a lot that is, sorry, I have my notes. That was the number. It cracked me up. It absolutely cracked me up that it was that even. Really? What are the odds? What are the odds? It delighted me. I don't remember how much I did last month, but I know I did a lot more last month. Oh, sorry, in January. I know I did a lot more in January. But February, 18,900 is nothing to sneeze at. No clue what it's going to be for March. March is being Marchy. Now let's get into, because that was my plans, and I think I did an okay job with plans. I have a little bit of stash. Not a ton, and almost all of it is from clubs. I am in the Fox and Rabbit Patreon, and so one of the reward levels is they give you. One of the reward levels is you receive linen as part of that level. I'm not going to say they give it to you, it's part of the, you all understand. Anyhow, they were behind a little bit, and so I received a huge chunk of it all at the same time. Oh no, a bunch of fabric all at the same time. Say it, so lovely. I get the 40 count. So I received a 40 count flannel flower. Now, I know most people know flannel flower, and it's gorgeous, so I see why everybody loves it. Then I have a 40 count Eureka. So good. More ocean air, but I'm okay with that. It's a beautiful blue. Why would I not want more? My memory card was full. Oops. Apologies. I'm not exactly sure where that cut off, so I will say, and I got some paper bark, which is pretty. I really like the paper bark. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I really like that neutral. So, all four. So good. And now I can put them away. Yay. I also, there's going to be crinkles because I was not smart enough to remove objects from bags. My Bestitch Me 40 count vanilla latte, which I'm curious here. Much more yellow than Eureka. Oh, so pretty. I love fabrics. I do. And then I have my Roxy Floss Co. for March. I have the neutrals here. I'm not going to go through them. And then the brights. Oh, heck with it. I'm going to go through them because I love their names. Half of the fun of this one is their names. So this is the brights, and we have because that's just how it's going to work. Hitting Snooze. I like that name. That makes me laugh. Grape Expectations. There we go. Now you can actually see that it's purple. In a Jam. Tutti Frutti. And Gourd Vibes Only. Oh, that's a good orange. I like that. Very, very lovely. Those are our brights. And then our neutrals with some crinkling first. We have Sherwood. Oh. Ugh, I don't know even know if you can see that beautiful green. Baklava. Crooked. See for yourself, S-E-A. And, ooh, Nature's Walk. Let me see if you can look at those. Those are, I love this one. I really wish you could see the colors in Crooked. I really do. Can you? There we go. Look at that. Look at the colors in this one. Oh, so pretty. I do enjoy Roxy Flossco flosses. I should probably try and contact them again about that hank I want to buy. I haven't heard anything, and another month has passed. Anyhow, that's all the monthlies that have arrived. Obviously, my sock yarn of the month arrived as well because I'm working on it with the altitude socks. But I did buy something, and I don't remember who the company is. I don't remember. Anyhow, I bought a piece of fabric because I saw someone talking about it. And so I decided I'd get a small piece because Tolkien, people. Tolkien. First off, great modeling, love the fabric, and then look. I know exactly what I'm going to put in here. I just have to make sure it fits. I'm going to put J.R.R. Tolkien's signature. His ruin for his own ruin, R-U-N-E, not R-U-I-N, of his initials. That is my plan. I think I have one that will fill up that space really nicely. Oh yeah. I had to do that. It is just absolutely too fun. And technically. It was slightly upside down. I should have it. No, it's definitely this way. Anyhow, doesn't matter. I loved it. I had to get it. And it's super, super pretty. I chose a 40 count, and they just paint the lettering on. I'm going to sneeze yet again. They just paint the lettering on, and it's gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. But yes, this is the only thing that I really purchased. The others are subscriptions. And that is all for my stash. I do have, I think, one thing on the way for from Market. I really, really loved the lunar moths from the person who did the moths. Oh, wow. Fox and Rabbit. Woo! There we go. They did some beautiful lunar moths, and I absolutely loved them, and so I bought that chart. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but they just looked so gorgeous, I had to buy that chart. I think that is the only thing that I purchased, though. Oh, and I got the cookbook, because the cookbook amuses me, and I try to pick it up if I'm picking up anything from Market. That is all my stash. That is all my plans. Life. It's a little chaotic right now. There's stuff going on that isn't my place to talk about, so I'm not going to. But it is affecting what's going on in my life. And there are things. There's life. Life is lifing right now. And life happens. I'm trying to put all the pieces of the life that is lifing, making them work together. That is what I am trying to do. And that's not always so easy, but that's what I am doing. And thank goodness I have crafting, because when I get overwhelmed, I turn to my knitting and my stitching, and sometimes an audiobook, sometimes just a book, physical book, and I just sit and I drink my tea and enjoy. So I suggest that's what you all do if life is lifing at you as well. And if it is, in fact, lifing your life, sit down with whatever beverage of choice you have, be it water, coffee, tea, what have you, and ignore it for a little bit if you can. That's what I'm going to do today. Nope, that's not what I'm going to do today. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Hopefully that's what I'm going to do part of tomorrow. That's the goal. Right. With all my stopping and sneezing and running and getting and changing and doing, I have absolutely no clue how long this is. So I'm going to let you all go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed well enough, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Until then, happy crafting. Bye-bye.